Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Simply Colorful FiberCast. Today's date is February 16th, 2018. My name is Lynn, and I'm your host. Welcome. Today, we're going to continue working with our half square triangles and making our Quilter's Choice quilts. I hope you're joining me at home. This is 60 minutes of us working together. There really is no formal training. It's just a virtual quilting bee. As always, send us pictures of what you're working on to lynn@simplycolorful.com or post them on the Simply Colorful Mystery Quilt Along face page if you'd like to do that as well. I'm so glad you're here with me. You can see I am by myself. I know Jean and Kelsey had a ball last week and they have had busy weeks, and I do believe they'll be back sometime, probably in early March, because I should say right away, just so everyone knows, next Friday night will not happen. I'll be in a plane coming back from Austin. So I plan to do something on Thursday night from down in Austin. So watch your email feed for that. Welcome to our new visitors. And yes, I will be doing rug hooking again soon. But right now we are in the middle of the Color Wheel Quilts Quilter's Choice card deck game. And these are the cards that are available for sale on the Color Wheel Quilts Etsy page. And I've posted it on the Simply Colorful site. And I can do so again. Sorry if I hit the camera. And these are a blast. So if you tuned in last week, you know that Jean and Kelsey brought me the material all cut out to make 144 half square triangles, which I have done. I've made all 144. And it was Valentine's Day, and we've had Valentine's Day this week. So it's a bit of a Valentine's color theme, and I love the red and white. So crisp, I'm already thinking of what I'm going to use when I do the machine quilting. And I'm even thinking of being bold and doing red on it and getting some red minky for the back. Or conversely, I might do white and get white for the back. But I'm getting ahead of myself. What am I going to use as a design? Well, you may also recall from last week, I was asked to pick randomly a card from each of these. And I did so. And you all voted. And overwhelmingly, this topsy-turvy, which does look good on the screen, it looks better on the screen than it does in person, I must say, was one choice, as was this one, Passing Geese. And I immediately said, oh, this one is more uniform. I gravitated toward it. And then I got back to just making my pieces. Well, I have laid out the first two rows. There are yet another set of rows to make the topsy-turvy. Can you see it? It's backwards, but hopefully you can see. So I'm still not loving it. And because when you have the cards, you have to look at them. So I went about looking at these different cards, and then we sent some pictures back and forth, and you saw all the beautiful examples last week that Jean and Kelsey shared, and that one is not quite speaking to me. So I did look. So when you get these cards, they're amazing. And ironically, I was talking to someone just today who is into these half square triangles, and she had just gone onto Pinterest and had downloaded a bunch of examples of how you could use half square triangles. So she immediately wanted a set of these cards because they're really, you can lie in bed and look at them. You can imagine what different varieties are going to look like. So I did that, and I have pulled out a few other options that I want to play with here. And it could be not that exciting because it does take a long time. There are a lot of these to reposition it, but I do want to try a couple. So the ones that kept striking my eye, and the one that I think I'm going to try, this one that my sister's doing, I think that's the one KB's doing. Oh, hello, and I heard a ding. Isn't that cool? the thing I was thinking about is that given it's all the same fabric, I think I want something very geometric. And that almost vibrates. It's so geometric. It's not like I'm going to have lots of different colors that your eye will go look over. Believe it or not, I like that one, but I think I'll stay away from that. And before I go any further, let's see who's out there. Kelsey! Speaking of one of the designers, hi, Kels. Kelsey says she's putting the binding on her pickup sticks quilt tonight. Oh, I have to look. Kelsey is making a chopstick or pickup sticks quilt for our comfort program that we're going to deliver them at the end of March up at Fairlawn, and it's kind of a surprise. So I'll tell you more, and we'll share pictures after we deliver them. Oh, Kelsey, that is beautiful. Oh, I love it. Wow. Oh, how fun. Putting the binding, so you've already done everything. Oh, thank you. Thank you. People have such big hearts. So here's Topsy-Turvy. Then this one kind of caught my eye, Shockwaves. Again, it's an optical illusion. So, but then I thought, well, this is supposed to be a Valentine's theme. Then I found this one, Mirrored Hearts. You see the hearts? And I thought it might even be really cool, but here I go changing things up, is if I made one of the hearts pink or a different color. So this is what I think I want to try and do if I can. Let's see if this is going to work. So here's my design wall. If you don't have a design wall, look on YouTube for how to make one. I love it. And this could or could not work. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So I'm making the first heart. Up at the top. See the heart coming together. I'm kind of curious if anyone has done this and any successes you've had with keeping the block straight. Like, do we sew it in fours and put it back up? So now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the hearts in the middle, and then we'll go from there. Can you see the heart? So this is what we're trying to make. And actually, maybe I'll do the top row. Okay. Yep, I will. Oops. Remember, send me pictures of what you're working on. Okay, so there's the top. Now the second row here. This is like a puzzle, I guess, huh? So I want it to come down like that. Getting there. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it looks so cool up on the screen, I have to tell you. Oops, I dropped one. Okay. So we're making the second heart there. See what I'm doing? I've done the top row where I'm in the process, and then I'm making this second heart right there. It helps to just hold this very close to you. Over here, it has to go the other way. You see this? Okay. So we keep going like that. Oh, who's there? Here we go. So we have the very top. Jean is there. I knew she'd be out there. Wishing you a great show, she says. I can't watch till tomorrow in the blissful sanctuary of my sewing room. Oh, well, I hope you're out there doing something fun. And when you see this, you can shout at me through the phone that I have pieces out of whack. But thank you to you and Kelsey for sharing this with me. It's fun. And mark my words, I'm going to sew it wrong. But I'll try not to. Okay, so now I'm down here. Oops. I think now what I'm going to do is work out and make the two. You should try this. This is harder than I thought it would be. Oops. So now I'm making the two hearts that come out on either side. Let's see how we can do that. Okay. Is that looking kind of like a heart? Hang on, I'm getting there. There we go. Can you see down that low? Just barely, right? I have a couple of other random things to show you tonight, just so you don't think this is all we're going to do. Oh, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so this has to go that way also. Okay. Oh, and then this one has to go like that. It really is like a puzzle. But look, when it comes together, it comes together. There. So we're getting the hearts in the middle here. That's the tip of the bottom heart. So what happened up here? I'm liking this, I think. Oh, phooey. It's wrong. The hearts are supposed to kiss in the middle. That point is supposed to talk to that point. So, well, let's regroup. Let's see who's out there, then we'll get back to it. It's really fun. So this is the one that we're putting together. Who's out there? KB! Oh, she says, this is a good exercise for your brain. Isn't it, though? She says, I'm practicing some free motion quilting tonight. We can see the whole wall, no problem. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. And let me just... Oh, good. Free motion quilting. Did you end up getting some templates? Oh, and KB says it is backwards on the computer. I thought so. And there's some software I need to get to reverse it again, don't I? I'm going to need that when I do Facebook Live. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay. I'm going to my big PC computer so I can see who's out there. Again, send email to Lynn at simplycolorful.com. Oh, who's been watching the Olympics? Haven't they been something? I've been enjoying them thoroughly every night. It looks beautiful over there. Okay, KB says, no templates for her sewing machine, the acrylic templates. Well, you have to tell us. For those of you who may be just tuning in after a few weeks away, my sister was asking about the acrylic templates and the special foot for free motion quilting with your domestic. And it seems as though some people have bought them, not a lot of experience with them yet, was the conclusion we came to. And I am going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. Woo! We're live. Okay, who's out there? Do I see Carol? She is. Hello, Carol. Carol says, hi, Lynn and FiberCasters, TGIF. Oh, and she's liking the mirrored heart design. Very creative. Happy sewing. You think? We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see once I fix the second and third rows. I think I'm going to like it. I'm glad you're out there. Congratulations on getting through another week. Similarly, Carol over in the UK. She says, hello, Lynn and FiberCasters. Hope you've all had a good week. We have. I hope you've had a good week. I frankly have a better week when I'm home, and I was home all week working, but at least I didn't have to travel or sleep in a hotel bed. And anyway, she says, I'm just watching tonight. Well, it is midnight or 1 o'clock. She says, although this evening I did cut a number of sets of sashing pieces. My new favorite tool is plastic CD wallets. I'm using them to keep the pieces for each set together. Oh, how smart is this? And I know it might be a little grainy, and we've been talking about this, my mother and I, about it based on Becca down in Georgia, your comment about the camera not being as crisp and clean. So I apologize if you can't see that, but those are really neat. So Carol says, last weekend, my daughter went over to see her best friend and family for the weekend. Oh, and sent me a picture of one of my quilts in use. Oh, to die for. Aw, that is precious. Aw. Isn't that the best? Sleep well, Carol. Jennifer, hello. She says it's been a while. Hi, Lynn and FiberCasters. I've missed your show for the last few weeks. Well, we've missed you. She says, we've been battling the flu at our house. It is going around. She says it had me in bed for a week. This flu is no joke. Plus, last Friday, I promised the kids they could stay up late and watch some of the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. Yes. I actually, after last week's FiberCast, I went and watched the last part of it too. Some of they replayed it. It was good, huh? She says, however, I'm happy to watch the show tonight. I'll have to go back and watch the episodes I missed and see your progress on the basket quilt. Yes, you will. Although in the last few weeks I haven't shown it. I only have 2 more left to do the embroidery around. Oh, I have to tell you all something very funny. Speaking of crayon and embroidery. So Lima, if you're out there, I am so sorry for misspelling your name on your Valentine and for making you blush. So for everyone out there, I couldn't tell you this because I was making a secret Valentine and they were uncovered last Tuesday night. I think last week we showed you my Valentine, which was my heart floor mat, that it was done by Becky McDonald over in Holliston. But what I had done was I made a couple of tea towels and I had colored them with our Marathon Quilters mascot. And then I had written some things and I even have pictures here. Well, don't you know, I misspelled Lima's name on it. And then I cursed. I literally in my poem. So I had one nice tea towel and then I had another tea towel where I did a little cursing in my rhyming. And it threw her for a loop. At least that's what she's saying. And I had no intention of misspelling your name. But let me show you one, if I can find it. Every night I would go work on this, but I couldn't tell you. Don't you love surprises? Oh, but here's my basket quilt to work. So Jennifer, I don't know if you had seen this. When I was flying across country, I was working on that. So like I say, I have 10 of the 12 done. But I also made 2 tea towels. So that's our Marathon Quilters runner. And I added the heart. And I'll read you one of the poems. And I had to do 2 of them. So there are 2 of them running. Whoops. Okay. That's the bad poem. So, dear Lima, roses are red, violets are blue, quilting is fun, especially with you, from your secret Valentine. And I spelled her name wrong. I cannot believe I did that. Anywho, how did I get off on that? Oh, because we were talking about the basket quilt and the embroidery. So I'm still working on it. Got a little sidetracked on my secret Valentine, but I will get back to it. In fact, I'm heading out to Austin next Tuesday, and I'm bringing it with me. So I should have luck on the flight out and flight back. I should be able to get them all done. Jennifer goes on to say, oh, she sent me her address for the shirt. Okay, beautiful. I'll send it tomorrow. And tonight she says, I'm working on some applique Dear Jane blocks. I've done so little since I last wrote that I only have one in process photo. Life gets busy. And she says, happy creating and have a great week. I love that one. I wish I had mine nearby. I'd go pick mine out. I love your batik there. That is pretty. Oh, well, keep creating, keep crafting. I'm glad you're back. Thanks for writing. Let's do one more and then I will. Oh, I want to ask everyone a question. Okay. So I just was reading an email from Maureen. One of my customers dropped off a quilt. She's making a lot of quilts actually to sell and to hang at a coffee shop. I think I may have mentioned this, and we'll take pictures once they're all done. She's hanging them the first weekend of March. She brought a backing today, and I wondered what you would do. Where the crease is, it seems to be a lot of dust. First, I want to show you her quilt. Oh, hello. So there's the quilt. Doesn't it make you think of water? And isn't it ironic? It's half square triangles, lots of them. And it is 50 inches by 92 inches. So it's long, it's a long, narrow one. And for the backing, this is my question. The backing is a cool, almost fur. Well, it's not fur, but it's polyester. And where it has been folded, I don't know if you can see that, but there's dust. And I can't seem to wipe it out. Well, I guess maybe I can. So anyway, that happened, and I'm going to throw it in the wash. I just got her permission to do so. And it will be good to go, and I will have that on the frame tomorrow. Anywho, just seeing her note reminded me of that. I wanted to show you. Okay, so let's get back to organizing these blocks. I'm going to keep going with this one. And what happened was I put this heart and this heart down too low. So what I need to do, I believe, oh, hello. There. There. And then here, instead of having white space, we are literally creating the bottom heart. Oh boy, guess what I'm doing tomorrow? Oh, it's getting better. That's what it's supposed to look like. You guys are going to have to walk me off the ledge. Well, not really. So, you know how there have been a lot of dogs down in Puerto Rico? This is going to be one of those stories where my mother has to come up off the floor. Mom, I haven't committed yet, but there's this beautiful, cute little dog at the pound that was flown into Boston on Tuesday night, and I've been following it, and the buddy dog director has been letting me know how she's doing, and she's apparently quite cute, and she weighs 13 pounds, and I don't know what kind she is, but she's a little white fluff ball thing. So tomorrow I am driving all by myself over there to meet this dog. So stay tuned. Okay. And I really am not going to do it. I am not going to do it because I have places to go and people to meet, and I don't need to be tethered by a dog. But boy, do I miss hugging a dog. Okay. So here we go. Hopefully, there's another heart. Okay. Oh, I wonder if Deb is on. Welcome back, Deb. Deb has been out in the tropics. She went on vacation. Okay. There we go. That gonna work? Let's see. Yep, that is looking like the card. Okay, so here's this heart, and then go like that. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. And this. I think if I do decide to go with this, I will probably sew 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Huh. Could do any of a number of things. These are probably some of the biggest squares I've worked with in a while. Okay. This one might be. Oops. I like it. But I may change my mind again, just so you know. Because again, I've got this one. That's kind of neat. And I always go back to this one. Shockwaves is kind of cool. Look at that. If you do that in different colors, or maybe not, maybe you don't need different colors, but doesn't it look like it just vibrates? Ah, so let me see who's out there. I guess I'm not doing much sewing tonight, am I? I think we might just call this an early planning night. Hey! Why, hello, Kim. If you happen to be watching, I see your text and I will respond afterwards. My friend Kim in California, in Connecticut. Okay. Maybe, are you sewing a quilt down there? I need to get you a quilt. I was thinking that. Okay. Let's see who else is out there. I don't want to miss anyone. Wendy, down under. Hi, Wendy. Wendy says, hello, Lynn, and everyone out there. I won't be watching live again, she says. I'm busy, busy, busy as always. Of course you are, which is wonderful. She says, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Cheers from Wendy. And she says, I will catch up tonight with what's happening on the forever wonderful, Simply Colorful FiberCast. Oh, well, I hope you are relaxing and sitting in that nice room of yours with your feet up. I love that room, the pictures you've shown. One thing I did want to share was a book from the 70s. It was, I think, assembled, yep, in 79. My aunt Nancy gave this to me. She didn't give it to me back in 79, but she gave it to me, I think, 15 years ago, maybe. And it's called Anonymous Was a Woman. It's a celebration in words and images of traditional American art and the women who made it. It's by Mira Bank, and it started out as a PBS series, and then it became a book. And this is one of those books that I could just look at over and over again. It has poems, it has pictures, and in fact, I need to go get my picture that Kim sent me. So it has various pictures of women doing their, what was necessities. They're mending, their quilting, their needlework. And it's all about how it was done quite anonymously, and that was just the way it was. And other people could have much more interesting comments on it. Okay, let's just start at the beginning. Maybe that's the place to do it. So the preface says, this was revolutionary when it first appeared. This book has become a classic. As unassuming in its artfulness as the art it presents, Anonymous Was a Woman made us appreciate the samplers, the needle pictures, the watercolors, and the quilts of our American foremothers. It made us see the beauty of objects, which at the time were not so cordially received as art. The visual material that the author Mira Bank reproduced, and the wise, funny, haunting selections from women's diaries and letters that she printed alongside them showed us something about women's lives we hadn't known, something it enriched us to know, and we loved the book for it. We've gone on loving it and reading it. Anonymous Was a Woman has never been out of print since it was published in 1979. So like the patchwork quilt it celebrates, it's made of bits and pieces, pastels and watercolors, samplers and crewel, narrative works and geometric, formulaic and realistic, pictures of people courting, posing, working, and mourning, pious sentiments and fanciful scenes, farmyards, and allegory. An Emily Dickinson poem about marriage is placed near a laconic road, is that laconic, record of a 19th century woman's daily tasks. Let's see if we could find that one. An Emily Dickinson poem about marriage placed near a laconic record of a 19th century woman's daily tasks. Lessons in womanhood. Young ladies should be taught that usefulness is happiness and that all other things are but incidental. That was Lydia Maria Child in The American Frugal Housewife in 1832. My, how times have changed. Some great lithographs. And G for girl. This was classic. I even remember this, sitting in a corner to be quiet. G is a girl with a quiet look. She sits in a chair and reads in a book. This might be too thoughtful for me. I haven't given enough thought to this. Let's see. Here's a letter in Brewster, Mass. From September of 1806. And then we'll get back to designing cards. I'm not much into history, but I highly recommend this book. And if anyone nearby wants to borrow it, you can. So in Brewster, Mass., September 11th, how ironic, 1806, Isaiah Clarke writes this to his daughter. And I've not read this, so we'll learn this together. He says, "Dear daughter, we are well and hope this will meet you with the same. I wish you now to work in embroidery a mourning piece in memory of your brother Strabo, who died," oh, this is so sad, "who died June 29th, 1799, aged 8 months and 13 days. You must write by every post and let me know how fast you progress in your education, and at all times remember to behave well and conduct in decency in all your transactions through life. From your affectionate father, Isaiah Clarke." So it makes you wonder, the daughter was down in Brewster working on, I don't know if they had mills down there, 1806. Will you be married? I won't go. This is kind of interesting. It says, William Alcott, in a book called Moral Philosophy of Courtship and Marriage in 1857. This really isn't about needlework, is it? although she's working on needlework. We are as truly bound to marry as we are to eat, drink, sleep, labor, or pray, said William Alcott. Let's find one more nice picture. There's a self-portrait. Deborah Goldsmith. It's an ivory miniature. And let's see here. No. I'm trying to end on a high note. Oh, that's a cool quilt. That's what we'll end on. Look at that. Wouldn't that be fun to do? Oh, it's anonymous Crazy City Quilt. Oh, I wonder when it was made. It's got to be 1860s, maybe. I'd rather pieces eat, says Aunt Cynthia. So this is a quote from 1900. I'd rather pieces eat and I'd rather patches piece, but I take naturally delight in quilting. Whilst I wear a new married woman with the children round my feet, he picked like I'd get so wearied I couldn't take delight in nothing, and I'd get ill to my man, and the chillin'. And what do you reckon I done them times? I just put down the breeches I was patching and tuck out my quilting square. It was better than praying, child. It was reason. That's great. Here's one more quoting her great-grandmother, Marguerite Ickes. It took me more than 20 years, nearly 25, I reckon, in the evenings after supper when the children were all put to bed. My whole life is in that quilt. It scares me sometimes when I look at it. All my joys, all my sorrows are stitched into those little pieces. When I was proud of the boys, and when I was downright provoked and angry with them, when the girls annoyed me, or when they gave me a warm feeling around my heart. And John, too. He was stitched into that quilt, and all the 30 years we were married. Sometimes I loved him, and sometimes I sat there hating him as I pieced the patches together. So they are all in that quilt. My hopes, my fears, my joys, my sorrows, my loves and hates. I tremble sometimes when I remember what that quilt knows about me, says Marguerite Ickes, quoting her great-grandmother. Okay, Anonymous was a woman. Let's see if we can wrap this up. I want to make sure I've said hello to everyone who's out there. Sorry there wasn't more quilting going on, but you can see how fun these cards are. Oh, Becca. Hello, Becca Clash. She says, hi, Lynn and crafting friends. I'm watching with my feet up tonight. Good for you. You have been doing a lot of work down there. I've been seeing you on Facebook. She says, I've been prepping for a yard sale the past 2 weeks. A friend and I are having it in the morning. She says, I still have lots of pricing to do. Oh, I know. Isn't that the hardest part too? She says, FiberCast gives me an hour of much needed rest. Aw, and she says, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. I know you've sent me another note that really, these notes are very helpful, so keep them coming. She says, I made a tote bag for a friend last week, all from my purple scraps. Ooh, I'm downloading it now. See photo. She said she needed a project bag for a cross-stitch project. She liked it a lot, and I liked making something out of nothing. Amen. Next weekend, I'll be at a 4-day stitching retreat. I'll take cross-stitch, needlepoint, and a couple of quilting projects. Fun, fun. She says, keep calm and craft on. Becca Clash. Oh, isn't that fun? Look at that. What did you do on the, oh, it's a pieced, oh, I love that. A piece strap. Very nice. I bet she loved it. Oh, hello. Folks are out there. Dawn, I meant to say hi to you. It was so nice to see you at the Quilt Guild. I'm so glad you're well. Dawn says, and you're an award-winning author too. If anyone hasn't checked out Dawn Leslie Stewart, I believe, right? Books. She has 3 of them now on Amazon. They're wonderful. She says, hi, Lynn. Do you realize that if you see that adorable dog in person with those big, please take me home mommy eyes, that you are a new mom, right? I know. I know. Maybe I won't go. I'm just so curious. It came on a plane from Puerto Rico. It's supposed to be 7 months old, not house trained yet, probably doesn't have any manners. But the vet checked her over and she's good. She weighs 13 pounds and she's supposed to be a charmer. Someone come save me. Share photos with, oh, nice, nice. So you tell me not to go in so many words and then you say share photos. I will share photos, I promise. Sending smiles, Dawn. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Marquet. Oh my goodness, Marquet sent a dog picture. She says, hi, Lynn and gang. I just wanted to say happy Friday to everyone, and I hope everyone had a nice Valentine's Day. We did. I hope you did too. Gee, that will be a pretty Valentine's quilt when you get it finished. You think? I think so too. She says, I just wanted to share a picture of my little mom with her sidekick and her fur baby, Bob. As you know, she says, my mom has Alzheimer's, and Bob really kept her company. But as we all know, the end comes eventually, and this past Wednesday was our sweet Bob's day. He had cancer, and the vet said there was nothing they could do. So even though it was a very hard decision, she had to let him go. Here is a picture of my mom and Bob. He was a golden Labrador, and he was just the sweetest dog. Aw, that is such a nice picture. You can see that. Aw, pretty. Marquet also says, I also wanted to send her a picture of Abby playing with her drum set that she got for Christmas. Abby is Marquet's granddaughter. Well, I hope everyone has a very good weekend. Your quilting friend, Marquet. Oh, this is precious. You go, girl. And when she's in a rock band, you can show her this. It all started here. Who gave her the drums? That's what I'd like to know. That's cute. Oh, she's a cute girl. Oh, she says, P.S. I wasn't trying to make anyone sad. Oh, I know. She says, Mom and Bob shared 13 wonderful years together. Oh, that looks like my type of book. It really seems interesting. Yes. And she says, well, pat the little dog you go to see on the head for me. I, like you, lost my 13-year-old blonde buff Cocker Spaniel 3 years ago, and I haven't replaced her with any other dog. Her name was Layla, and after that heartbreak, I said no more. Yep. Yep, there is a good reason too. Well, have a good weekend, says Marquet. You too. You too. I'm so glad everyone's out there, and I'm so glad you could join me doing this. I think that I'm not going to sew. I think I'm going to think on this. I'm doing a lot of thinking. And probably call it a night. I'm going to go watch the Olympics. I want to, I guess I've already thanked you. Keep stitching, keep being creative. And I will, programming note. I will not be here next Friday night. I'll do something Thursday night, and I'll let everyone know on Facebook, on the Simply Colorful page. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do that, because as soon as I set up the system, you'll get an alert. Meaning when I set up the event, that's what it's called, the Hangout event, you'll get a notification. So do that. We're growing our subscriber base, and I will definitely branch back out into rug hooking. I've gotten some requests for that. We have so much to do. We're never going to run out of projects. Okay, with that, thanks everyone for joining me. Have a great night, and I'll see you next week, next Thursday night.